Hi crafty friends, it's Tanya here with you today to share another card. Now this one I made using the Retired Cherry on Top DSP stack with our new Balloon Adventures dies. And this is the word love from Sunshine Wishes. I've used a base of Cucumber Crush. And when you open the card, up pops a little box. So you can see that folds flat, and when you release it, it pops up. Now I've just popped that down with a glue dot, but you could fasten it in permanently. So I'm going to show you how I made my pop-up box card. So for today's card, I'm starting with a base in basic black. Now this measures 11 inches by 4 inches, and I've scored that down the middle at 5.5 inches, and it's going to be a tent fold card. And I've cut 2 panels in basic grey. These measure 3 3/4 inches on the short side by 5 1/4 inches on the long side, and I have 2 of those, and I'm just going to mat them inside there. Now for my card front, I have a piece of wild wasabi. Now this measures 3 3/4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm going to pop that over to the side, and we're going to make our box insert. Now I'm going for the Minecraft theme as requested by my daughter. So to make our pop-up box, I have 2 pieces. These are cherry cobbler, and these measure 6 inches on the long side by 4.5 inches on the short side. Now I have 2 of these. So now we're going to need to use our Simply Scored tool. I'll bring that so you can see. So starting on the short side, we're going to do 1 score line at 3 inches. And whatever we do for one, we're going to do for the other. Then we're going to turn that, and it doesn't matter whether it's that way or that way because we're scoring again at 3 inches. So that's with our straight up and down folding. Now we're going to use our diagonal plate. Now you might have noticed on my 6-inch line, I've drawn a black line down that channel, and I've also drawn a black line down the middle of my diagonal plate. That helps. If you're just got to score 1 diagonal line, that will help you to orientate those 2 points. So that's my reason behind that. Now your other measurements are pretty easy. We're going to do a score at 1.5 inches. Now when you use the diagonal plate, you pop your stylus in that channel and then pull it along the diagonal. Then we're going to skip our 3-inch, and then we're going to do a diagonal at 4.5 and 1.5 on that diagonal. So we'll have 1, 2, 3 diagonal lines. Repeat it again. 1.5, 1.5 and 4.5. Now we're going to quarter turn that, and we're going to score at 3 inches. And what we're doing is we're creating boxes now, and we're going to join up that box. So that's there, and this one here. So your measurements for when you quarter turn it are 3 inches, 0 and 3 inches. So again, 3 inches, 0 3 inches, and that's it. So now when I place that down there, hopefully you can see those score lines well. I have a score line here, here and here, here, here and here, as well as our straight up and down. We should have 3 complete boxes. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do a little bit of cutting, and I'll just mark down where we're going to cut. So this is how your pieces will look. You're going to have 2 half triangles on either side here, and you're going to have a total of 2 glue tabs on each piece. So I'm just going to use some tear tape. So with my tear tape, I make sure I burnish that in well with my bone folder. Now I'm going to do a little bit of decorating. I just have a little scrap of a window sheet here, and I'm just going to put a few little brick markings on that using sponge daubers. So the first one I'll do is white. Okay, so now we've got our inking done. I'm just going to fold along all my score lines. And on these ones here that go on the diagonal, they get folded in. So when you push that down, that's going to fold in, like so. And again on this one, so all these lines will get folded over, and I fold in my diagonals. So we're ready to start putting him together. So I start off with my feet down. So we have the 2 opposites going out from each other. And then you're going to fold your box, so you can see how that comes around to form a box. So again, I'll show you. So here's what we've just stuck together. Flip that over and bring these up. And it will want to fold flat. Now when you squeeze this up, here's our 2 remaining tabs. But before we glue them down, I need to punch a hole into here. So I'm just using my crocodile. And if you bring these out, you're going to punch a hole on either side, like so, and then you're going to cut straight down. So after we've punched those holes and cut straight down, we're ready for our surprise mechanism. So I have these tiny hair elastics, and all I'm going to do is pop one end in there, and it's going to pull fairly tight, and the other one will go there, and that holds our box together. So now I can just glue this. So I'll just show you a close-up. Glue this one here down. So now, when you squash that closed, it will pop up. So to continue with our Minecraft theme, I have a piece of basic black. Now that measures 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4. And I have a piece of wild wasabi, which is 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. So that is just going to go onto there. And using the same technique that I did before with my little template, so I've scored my little grid, and on here I've just drawn a little template of my creeper face. So I'm going to go along 2, skip 2, and then I've got 2 more. So here is one of the eyes, and here is the other eye. And I'm just going to glue that down onto there. And just a couple of dimensionals to fasten this down onto my card base. Now on this 3/4 inch strip, this 3/4 inch strip here, I'm just going to fasten that along there and trim off the excess. I'm going to take my template again and do a little bit more sponge daubing. So once you've got that done, I'm just going to stamp a little sentiment down here. And I'm going to use the labeler alphabet. And to finish off the front, I'm just going to place a couple of the Urban Underground embellishments on the card. Now to put our box of TNT in, we've got to look at which way it's folding. So that is going to spring up like so. Couple of glue dots down the bottom, and making sure our card fits within, push that down well. And for our sentiments, I'm going to pop a couple of squares die cut with our stitched framelits, and I'm taking the stamps out of Birthday Bright. There you go, there's today's card. Pop open and we have a 3D box. I hope you give it a go and you enjoy making it. Until next time, stay crafty. Bye.